Dark Tranquility, Ginger, Soilwork, Trivium, System of a Down. That's one I'm not familiar with. Lamb of God, Archenemy, and Black Crown Initiate. It's like I listen to literally all of these. Literally every single one of them. So fingers crossed it's Twitch safe, because if it is, that's all I have to say. Putting the record away. Exporting video file? Oh no. It's just gonna take 2 days to upload now. It's like it's like a fucking bus of just heavy hitting artists on that list. It's just absolutely incredible. Anyway, back to dwarves. Back to the reason that you're here, I think. I'm gonna thinking about what I wanted to do. Kind of want to explore this cavern layer a little bit. And by explore, I mean actually, like, poke my nose into it a little bit. Because I've also missed the third one, I think. Because this is 2, I think. This is 1. There's none above that. So I've missed the third cavern layer, I think. Unless there's only 2, which would be a little weird. I don't want to... What is that? Is that metal ore? Onyx opals. All right, well. Just looking for any ore that I can auto mine. Any ore and gems I can auto mine. Kind of hope... Oh, there's water right there. Interesting. So if there's water right there, let's designate this side and go thunk that way. If there's water there, there's something there. Game's giving it away. Go on bed, should be halfway done. What, for rendering? I mean, rendering should be pretty quick. Uploading it, that'll take a while. Really? Coal? Somebody's reporting that crime. Yep. Let's sigh. Ah. Remember how I said that there's something right there? Anyway. Whoa. This is actually really convenient. You want to know why this is really convenient, chat? There's water right here. There's water. You know what I can do with water? Can get rid of lava. If I can get rid of lava, I can very, very easily get to more adamantine. Hey, Zelsor, how you been, dude? Obsidian Farm? I wasn't planning on using it specific. Oh, look, a Crundle. I wasn't planning on using it specifically for obsidian. I was planning on dumping, like, water right here, right? Like, right here. To seal off the edge of this, to be able to get to more of this adamantine. That kind of thing. Well, if you want to know more, tune into the PAX panel, on Friday. That's when you can actually learn more. But, you know, the service guarantees citizenship, so it's good that you want to know more. I'll be recording it. I still haven't decided if I want to do the dumb YouTuber React thing yet. Realistically, though, I should probably record the whole thing with my face and then just cut that together. Probably what I'm going to do. And do the annoying YouTuber thing. But yeah, it looks pretty damn good. I'm excited. And that soundtrack sounds pretty damn good. You don't know what Diamond's talking about because he's been working on it for a bit, but Diamond in chat here is making a 10-hour loop of food and industry. So, you know, I hope that Cobalt March shows up on that soundtrack somewhere. That's what I truly hope. I hope that Cobalt March shows up on that soundtrack somewhere. Or some version of Cobalt March shows up on that soundtrack. Nope, you're definitely not doing that? You sure? Good soundtrack can make or break a game? Well, already rendering. Oh yeah. All right, so we've sealed off this. Let's just go this way. This will be the easiest way to do this, I think. Yeah, this will be very... Only thing you see is Minecraft Skyblock? What? You know, I'm real tempted to just, like, go punch a hole in this right here. And just turn all of this into obsidian. Oh, yeah, also there's this other hole over here, which I totally forgot about. I found this a while ago. From up above, I think? But there's also this other lava pool over here. Oh, actually, I know how I found this a while ago. I found it from the bottom. Yeah, we spotted it from the magma sea. So what you're telling me is my dwarf fortress currently looks like Minecraft to you? Well, neither of them are volcanoes. They're partially formed volcanoes. But yes, there's a lava pool in the first cavern layer and a lava pool in the third cavern layer. They're technically just lava pools. They're not technically volcanoes. Volbaby, yeah, pretty much. It's not a volcano, it's a Volbaby. Exactly. I'm glad that you understand the science of how this works. When I grow up, I want to be a big volcano like Mount St. Helens. A mountain gnome has guzzled some dwarven wine. But the way that we're going to do this is this. This is going to go to here. And this is going to be a down trench right there. And then I'm going to dig into the bottom over there. Or maybe we can actually just dig along the side here. Just do that. Probably way better for everybody involved. Less likely to kill dwarves. And underneath that, we'll dig a trench that flows down to here, and then we can route it down into here, and then onto the lava around things like this. So I can go all the way around this so we can get more of this adamantine out of here. Well, so what material is this? It's an interesting chunk of marble. So that's what they call deep luckstone. Also, chat, you know, we're kind of lurky ever since I got back from lunch. So if you're still lurking in the stream, could I get a round of beers? Just curious about how many people are still sticking around. A pretty good idea, but I just want to be sure. Now it's time for a second volcano. We have a volcano. Oh, can I interest you in a bigger volcano? But I feel like this is like I have an army, but we have a Hulk situation. I don't like that movie, but that is one of the best lines in the entirety of the Marvel franchise. Although now I'm trying to think, which one even is that? I don't even know. All right. All the way to the end over there. So I'm gonna channel out those two. That'll mine down into there. I can fill in the tops of it pretty quick. Actually, I don't even need to do all of this. Do need to knock out that one piece though, so I can fix it. Put a cork in it, as they say. Data entry BS. It's just like typing in Twitch chat, but they pay you for it. Data entry, Twitch chat, what's really the difference? Hey, Deadliest. How is you? Trying to think, how do I actually want to do this? Except I gotta do these one at a time, otherwise they're not gonna get done. You're debating on pizza. Well, if you get pizza, just get good pizza. Bad pizza is just plain disappointing. Oh, also, Hobo, I want you to know that chat approves of your McRib balls. I don't. I think dumpster is a good use for those, frankly. 2 maces. McRib balls, not I want balls. But chat approved of them, so. Fortunately, I don't speak for all of chat. So chat's entitled to have strange opinions on food. that they would or wouldn't eat. Pizza can be good. Pizza often bad. At least around here. It's more often than not you'll get shitty pizza here. Which is like, kind of makes sense. I mean, we got really, really, really good like Korean, Japanese, and Vietnamese food here. Some pretty damn good East Indian food. Our pizza, even the little privately owned pizza shops are kind of shit generally here. Which kind of sucks, but is what it is. Also dig in from the side to speed things up. Wasn't too bad. You've had all your shots and you ended up just fine and you got better. That's generally the gist that I've heard from people who've had all their shots. I know one person who only had one and he got it really fucking bad. But he's also one of those people who tends to just kind of get really sick. Can you really call them meatballs since all you know is that McDonald's... They were semi-decent after cooking them in Prego and putting them in pasta. I can believe that. I don't think these are actually McRibs, though, the stuff that Hobo has. Stuff Hobo has is like bulk order Cisco food stuff that just happens to look identically like Eggo, or not Eggos. You know, I like how my brain went to Eggos because, you know, now that I think about it, the McRib is the Eggo waffle of ribs. That's my hot take for today. Oh, Cisco delivered them. Okay. They're an actual pork producer? Well, they should try making actual pork. Instead of whatever that is. Well, I don't know what that is, but it certainly isn't pork. I've seen pork and it don't look like that. Come on, Dwarf. Do the digging. Do the digging, Dwarf. Oh, they do? Their meat department uses Smithfield a lot. Decent quality pork and loins. Then why'd they deliver your kitchen, like, pork-adjacent pork product? But, you know, just like your post said, they probably are much better than they sound. It's just, I don't know, man. We struck more emeralds. I keep finding emeralds in this map. The other white meat, yeah. But if they can form rib patties with all of the leftover cuttings and make extra profit that would otherwise go to, like, livestock feed, why not? Yeah, I suppose. Or dog food. Ushat Race Trades wishes to stay here for the purpose of study. Welcome, Ushat. Use the whole animal on that? Yeah, just like use bones of butchered animals to, you know, do sugar stuff, apparently. All right. Where is this going? You shan't race trades. That was the name of that person. I didn't make it up. But pray for your O-ring. Where do I think Jello comes from? Factory. I hate Jello. I don't know if that's a popular opinion or not, but I fucking hate Jello. It's disgusting. The only useful thing, the only good use for Jello, in my opinion, is you like triple condense it and use it to make gummies and put weed in it. It's the only logical reason for Jello to exist. But even then I'd rather make lemon or orange gelatin if I'm gonna make gelatin. Just kind of realized I fucked up. Well, that's fine. I've just trapped all these dwarves down here. Speaking of, Stoneworker's been possessed. Do need to follow those dwarves that are digging, though. What are we digging around near spicy water? Not lava. Adamantine. But I'm going to dump water on the spicy water. Fucked up you every time the alarm wakes you up in the morning. It's the hard knock life. Dwarf has claimed a crafts dwarf shop. Seems pretty good. Also want to dig around this. Right. What's an easy way to do that? Dark Sun to 5th edition D&D. I know nothing about D&D. Explain like I'm 5. What is that and why is that a bad thing? Great subreddit, by the way. Explain like I'm 5. Yeah, no, the whole point of this is I want to... Oh, never mind, they can't get out. The whole point of this is I want to be able to get to more of the adamantine. And this is a fun way to efficiently set up more of this. It's like the dark side of the moon, but dark side of the sun. Gotcha. Okay. Duh. You know, something random that I wanted to tell you guys, chat, is I clicked on a Twitter ad yesterday. It was a Twitter ad for a YouTube channel that said that they were trying to hit 100 subscribers. I was like, Okay, and it was like an aliens / conspiracy theories YouTube channel. I was like, oh, this sounds like it might be a bunch of fun if it's like tongue-in-cheek and whatnot. And then I clicked on it, and the first video that they had featured on this channel was the flat earth debate is over, and here's why. And at that moment, I realized, right, this is why I don't click on Twitter ads. And it's funny because relatively recently, a friend of mine was asking me, he's like, why don't you run like Twitter ads for your stream or something? It's not that expensive. I'm like, because idiots do that. And I feel like I've just confirmed my point. Also, investments are open. Diamond, if you want to invest your tickets. Dark Sun was very gritty Wizards of the Coast and has gone away from gritty and went to let's own a tea shop kind of direction. I like gritty. Gritty's fun. Gritty's exciting and silly. And good times. Gritty good. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Wrong button. F's for all your tickets, Farana. But way too grimdark with a touch of Conan mixed in. I like grimdark. I don't know. It's the most interested I've been in anything related to D&D in the last decade, maybe. Hearing this existence of this. The existence of this. Grimdark, good. And our dwarf friend has begun a mysterious construction. I'm glad you said currently twice in that sentence. It really emphasized the fact that you're in 2 D&D groups currently. Oh shit, did I just set something on fire? Oh no, okay, it's just lignite that's burning. Well, that's kind of annoying. Never mind. Raz got caught in fire. God damn it, Raz. Chat, can I get some Fs for Raz and say I'm sorry? Kind of thought that... well, nobody jumps in there. Is there a way to deal with the hidden fun stuff under me? Don't dig into it. Or build a very, 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 very long line of drawbridges. And spike traps and other things. I mean, there's plenty of ways. Will I? I haven't decided yet. Someone did a Houdini. Yep, they went and disappeared. One more count of disorderly conduct against Cole. I've had a lot of those. You didn't vote for Gremlin hard enough. You didn't rig enough of the election, that's why. Some stone has been encountered. It's a lot of unpausing I get to do for the next little bit. It's okay, it should go pretty quick. There we go. Lava be filling. Also, I'm never going to get used to people referring to hell as hidden fun stuff. It's like, it's not hidden. It's like, certainly not that impossible to figure out. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, you've already been spoiled. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a no fun person on that, but like, to me, it's like impossible to refer to it anything but just hell. Maybe I'm a bad person, I don't know. Did somebody else just dive into the fucking... Guys. Okay, maybe not. It's on the wiki. Literally just hell. Or the underworld. Like, the actual definition, name of it is the underworld. What are you, editing it with, Diamond? Clearly that was your punishment for, you know. Clearly that was your punishment for, making the MP3 to an MP4. I'm fair. But clearly that was your punishment for not voting hard enough for Gremlin. Edom Guild Seeds wishes to join the Ancient Beard as a citizen of Threatdweller. Welcome, Guild Seeds person. All right, we're going to make a screw pump here. We're just going to pump from the north. Sure. 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 Doesn't matter what it's made out of because it's just pumping water. And we're just going to pump it manually. Wait, actually, hold up. Kinda gotta be careful about how I do this. So if I do this wrong, and I dig into that square, I might just stumble into hell. Don't really want to do. I mean, it would be kind of funny, but it also would be kind of suboptimal. It would, however, be kind of funny. What do you mean if webs weren't so bad, you'd set up a battle arena for the finest 10 dwarves to battle to death with them? Wait, what? What do you mean? If webs weren't so bad. I'm confused. I'm also like, that's actually one part of the oh wait, do you mean like for the hidden fun stuff? Like to fight against hell? I mean, that's fair. But like, you can also just do that right now. And it's not just because of webs. You can do that without webs. Or without worrying about webs. Just send your dwarves in. You'll be fine. A lignite bracelet. I don't really care to read that one. We're at the point with this fortress where we're starting to get, like, just kind of not interesting artifacts, and that's one of them. Is now using GPU encoding. That's something about, like, video editing that I kind of take for granted, actually, is the speed at which I specifically can edit using my software. Where it's like, a lot of the reason I can cut things together so quickly using the software I use is I know exactly what settings to use. I'm not making an obsidian farm, no. I've said that like 4 times now. I'm simply trying to get to more, oh, that's not good. Simply trying to get to more, it's fine. We died. We're just trying to get to more adamantine. I'm not making an obsidian farm. If I was making an obsidian farm, I would be stating, chat room, we're making an obsidian farm. But, I mean, obsidian is going to be a side effect. I will obtain obsidian via doing this, but I'm doing this not to obtain obsidian. I'm doing this so that I can acquire more adamantine. Kind of surprised nobody's fallen in there yet. There you go. That fills up down there, which is fine. And then we can go set up the pump. Don't let it pump for too long. We just lost somebody else. I don't even know who it was. Oh, that's because there's magma crabs coming up. That explains. Could have done this first. Yeah, well. Actually, no, this is not going to matter because they're going to pop up anyway. All right, well, let's just jump up here. Still waiting for architecture. All right, where's that magma curb? One right there. Who's now inside? Get him, boys! Doop, doop, doop. Dip, dip, dip. You got to go to work at home, so this could take, make it wait a bit later, but now you have to go. All right, you have a good one, Diamond. Chat, say goodnight to Diamond, our favorite ticket billionaire. Technically not millionaire. Thank you very much to everybody who stuck around most of today. We had a pretty hefty, busy chat earlier, but things have gotten a little quiet. You know, I gotta say, this is nothing against people who watch a lot of YouTube, but I've been like putting comments on my recent videos, basically saying, "Hey, ticket whale, there you go." Saying like, "Hey, you know, if you want to watch my streams, here's a link to the channel." Right? I've been doing that quite a bit recently. But you know what I've noticed? I've noticed that. No, he left. I've noticed that people who watch YouTube tend to tune out way faster than anybody else. It's like they have very short attention spans to a degree. It's kind of what it feels like. It's like people who watch a lot of YouTube will tune in until I have to go on a lunch break, or go use the restroom. And then I lose like 10 people, like immediately. It's kind of funny, actually. Wonder why that is. Like the difference in mentality between platforms I've always found kind of fascinating. You just heard it? Wait, what? What do you mean? Are you telling me you've been editing that thing for forever and you haven't, like, listened to it yet? Is that what you're telling me? This dwarf is working on that pump that we need. Da-da-dum-bum. And the actual vid, you can get down to some fort building with those. I mean, they're so fucking good. For those of you who haven't heard these yet, I'm just going to pop these up in the background because they are really good. Well, first off, hi Zach, hi Tarn. I really appreciate Tarn's Doc Brown cosplay though. He's doing a great job with that. That's such good plucky guitars. Rest wound, give food, rest, prepare meal. Is it really like this Baroness consort of bodice gorged constructing? It must be. But also, welcome back, Pablo. Appreciate you for the traffic. I could make a proper Obsidian Farm. Now that you're talking about it, you're making me kind of want to build an Obsidian Farm because it's not hard. I just need like 2 layers to decide I'm going to build it here. Because it would be pretty easy in this map, actually. Especially with all that water right there. It depends on how often that yelling plays, right? This one's a classic, though. All right, you pump manually. Someone's got to have pumping on, right? The game running for a few seconds. There you go. Got a dwarf coming to operate the pump. Although it might flood some things. So if it gets floody, I have to turn it off pretty quick. Well, I mean, I have a 1 track, which is 7 minutes long, which is the spring theme that they released a while ago as part of a video. So if they're all close to that, that's pretty good. Is in fact pretty good. Let's see, can you build that or are you going to cancel the construction? There you go. Perfect. Well, pumping's beginning. Oh, they suspended construction of wall. Okay, we can stop pumping manually. That's fine. Because I really just need that wall to be built. So let's stop flooding the fort. And build walls there, and also here. Also giving these dwarves a brief break. Not confirmed, but I'm sure we'll know by Friday. I know that that's something that Tarn's wanted to do. I will say, I hope it's significantly better than Sound Sense, because I fucking hate Sound Sense. I know that that's not a popular opinion, but I think Sound Sense really sucks. The music that's in Sound Sense is great. The sound effects are awful. So I really hope it's nothing like Sound Sense if they do go that route. If the flute isn't even the worst of it. Alright. Who's coming to construct stuff? The bell is. Poor sad dwarf Cole. There's like always one, maybe two depressed dwarves in this fort. They're always very sad. It's like, man, everybody else is happy. Why are you so depressed? And it's like, you look at them and they just keep getting into arguments. It's like, oh man. Arguments are like the new rain. Instead of being pissed that they got rained on, it's like, I got into an argument. Yeah. All right, pump manually. Let's get that water flowing. Also throw in a door here for good measure. Because seriously, this thing here slaps. Like, it's so good. Like, I could just listen to this forever. Play dwarfs all day. It's like hardcore party dwarfs. It's like there's very rarely like a legitimate reason to just post cat jam in chat for no reason. This is one. I could listen to this all day. Alright, the pumping begin. The yelling is your only issue? I don't think it'll be an issue in the game. I think figuring out the translations is going to be fun too. Alright, so we're going to seal up a bunch of this. Not all of it. We're going to have to do multiple passes of this, but we're going to slowly channel down and seal, channel down and seal, channel down and seal. I think it really depends on how much other ambient sound and voices there are in the game. Considering, like, Tarn's talked about this in the interviews in the past, like, Dwarf Fortress has the capability for spatial audio. So, based on what your camera's looking at, different sounds playing, like maybe a workshop working or a tavern noises or that sort of thing. He just doesn't think last time I spoke with him, he said he didn't think he had time to implement it in time for release. But it's something that he wants to do. So just knowing that already is like, well, that's just like Sound Sense, but like not trash. All right, so the water goes down here, starts sizzling over top of all that lava. It starts sealing out all this. Interesting place for those boulders to be sitting. Not bad there, little dwarf. Not bad at all. And so much coding and playtesting to do that's insane. I have a question. How do you know? Have you like seen how much work they have left to do recently? Have you playtested it? Have you seen it? Have you like seen any of the screenshots? Then I have a question. How do you know that they still have so much coding and playtesting to do? Because, like, there's no public list for to-do list that they have left. There's just guesswork and estimations based off of a roadmap that last time Tarn spoke. Are you talking about finishing the game or releasing it on Steam? Because one is not really, like, a concern. Because if you're talking about, like, finishing the game, yeah, but, like, that's like saying I've got a lot of streams left to do before I die, too. Well, I'm Katsu. What's up? It's good to see you. How are you? Hope you're good. Okay, well, I mean, that's not really a relevant thing to worry about. I mean, also, they do have beta testers. You know that, right? They do have help. They're not doing it all by themselves. Been keeping busy? That's good. Keeping busy is generally a positive. I've just been dwarfing. There we go. Sailing off that stupid stairwell while we're at it. Literally just need it to hit the end of that. Seal off the rest of the lava. Then we can dig down through the middle, expose all that center section, do it again. Then dig down to here, dig around it, do it again. Rinse, repeat. I mean, I don't know what you do for a living, Pablo. You probably have a lot of shifts left before the end of, like, before you retire, right? That's what working on Dwarf Fortress is, right? It's like, yeah, sure, they've got a lot of work left to do, but it's also like, it's what they do. So, yeah, of course they got a lot left to do, but that's good. It means they're not going to run out of shit to do. They're not going to have to find something else to do. And as long as that's what they want to do, then that is totally cool. So what you been keeping busy with, Katsu, if I can ask? Chat's a little quiet, so gotta poke for convos where I can. And psst, there's the last of it. Sweet. All right, Dorothy, you stop. Thanks for the hard work. Satisfied after improving pump operation. Is still weak, but was incredibly weak previously, so. Strength has improved significantly. And now we can just wait for a little bit while this finishes draining. It's going to take a little bit, but it's fine. Man, that's far away. Well, we could also prep it for this side as well. Yeah, I apologize, Pablo. I didn't realize exactly what you were saying. Thought you were talking about until the end of Premium, which was like, well, I mean, they don't have that much further to go. But, you know, then, like, once Premium's done, it's like, well, all right, guys. Time to go work on adventure mode. You know? It's like, back at the office. Get back to it. Let's go. Which, you know, is still its own mountain of labor in its own way. I just hope that the release cycle for this ends up just leading to a lot more people playing adventure mode. I'm not super hopeful, but I'm hopeful-ish. Hopeful enough. Hopeful adjacent. Okay, so we're going to dig that out, and we're going to prep that second spot. But we're also going to need to dig another tunnel for the water. You know, I've been thinking about trying to fight the... So I kind of, I guess, have two main options of what I can do with this fortress, chat room. Option A. We pretty much finish it up tomorrow and just call it a fort, right? That's option A. But then there's option B. And option B is, you know, we try and fight the hidden fun stuff. We go after hell. Now I'm stuck on the hidden fun stuff train because chat kept calling it that. But go to hell. Beat Satan. All that jazz. But I would do it with drawbridges, which probably wouldn't be the most exciting, but just like kite them all into an area with drawbridges, pull a lever, and then pull another lever. Then do it again. Then maybe send a few dwarves down to kill the last few. So I don't know. What do you guys think we should kind of do with the last of this fort? Because, like, realistically, like, we've pretty much capped on what we can actually do in this fort without, like, expanding this civ and making more forts in this civ. Burn it to the ground? Did I say that was an option? I don't really want to burn it to the ground. If I'm going to fight with hell, I'm going to do my damnedest to not die. I think that would be kind of unfortunate. I mean, I did spend a lot of time building this fort, and I've burned several other forts to the ground in this world. I want to burn another one to the ground. So, I mean, thanks for your very helpful input. That wasn't helpful in the slightest. Trying to start conversations, not just get ordered to destroy my fortress, sir. I've got... you know, honestly, that's the thing that I'm hoping Premium changes, is I hope that I don't end up with days like today after Premium, where, you know, we just go from 70, 80 people watching down to 45, and then 20 minutes almost with one person talking, and then Orange just tells me to fuck off and destroy my fortress. Screw you, man. Thanks for the reiteration of the same comment. No, it's not, because that's not what I asked, but... Okay, I get it. Chat doesn't want to give me valuable input or answer my questions or talk, for that matter. I mean, nobody really seems to want to start conversations or do any of the things that I really enjoy about streaming. You know, it's kind of sad, to be honest. All right, we're hacking away at the edge of this. And... what am I doing now? That's all I have to say. What do you think I'm doing, Raz? Take a wild guess. It's like one of two things. You know enough about Dwarf to know it's like one of two things. There's thing number one, which is making an obsidian printer, which I've stated multiple times I'm not. Then there's thing number two, which is I'm dumping water on lava to be able to... Fuck off, Orange. To be able to... You're not funny, by the way. To get it more adamantine. And it's the second one. I'm working at getting it more into adamantine and making a bunch of obsidian in the process. But really all I'm trying to do is my favorite part of streaming as a content creator is having conversations and talking with chat, right? But when it's just like, I do what I do, which is just like put out like attempts to start conversations, and it's just nothing. Shitty joke. It's like, Thanks. Unimpressed. You know what my streaming style is, Orange. You know me well enough to not just be mean to me. And here you are, still being mean to me. I will say this, I do need some more mods, though, because recently, like, it'll be like 5 hours into the stream before a mod tunes in. I know, like, B-Lug's like, but I'm lurking. It's like, it's not what I need my mods to do. Like, realistically, like, at this point, most of my mods are just mods because they're grandfathered into being mods. No offense, but none of you guys are particularly good mods. I really need someone who basically just does what Bobtron does, which is just say hi to everybody. Tune in. Remember how a second ago I was complaining that I asked you guys what kind of direction you guys wanted me to go with the fortress? I'm not asking for suggestions. I'm literally just asking what direction you guys want me to go with the fortress. And then I say no to Orange's unrealistic statement, followed by you making the exact same statement. This is why I shouldn't ask chat for inputs. It's like, yeah, this channel has trash mods. Oh, but you honestly, I'll be honest with you. You still have mod because you're my friend. Same with audio. It's the reason you two are still mods. Like, almost none of my other mods deserve to be mod. At this point. Which is kind of mean of me to say, but it's also kind of true. Like, literally mods have one job, and that's say hello to people and try and start conversations. I have nobody around chat who does that. Like, there's this person who hangs around Sequisha's chat, who's a mod. Literally, like, you tune in and say hello, or post an emote for the first time, and they say, hello, how are you? And they immediately try and start conversations. And it's the most helpful thing you could possibly do for a streamer. I've never had a single person in my entire streaming career be like that. I should really just mod Stone, aka Seashore's Wall, because at least he's, like, good at that sort of thing. And it's really depressing for me. I just wish that somebody actually wanted to help, but, you know. What about taming the wildlife? Raz, do I need to tell you a third time that I'm not asking for suggestions? I posed a simple option A or option B question. What do you guys want to see me do with this fortress? Keep playing it for another weeks and try and challenge hell, or retire it and start a new fort this week? Literally, that was the question I asked. And everybody's just like, how about you do that? I'm not asking for suggestions, okay? And I'm not going to ask again. And I'm going to not take your suggestions, because I don't want your suggestions. I know what I want to do with this fortress. But I asked whether or not you guys wanted me to keep fucking playing this fortress or not. God damn it. You guys are dense. Gosh. If you didn't hear the question, why are you not asking what was the question? You guys are raising my blood sugar. Or blood pressure, rather. Anyway, a vile force of darkness arise. Fuck, it's fine. It doesn't matter, Raz. The question's come and gone. The question is come and gone, and I don't want your inputs anymore. You guys have annoyed the crap out of me, so. You see, like, when I ask for, like, some input on what you guys want me to do with a fortress, you have, like, a 2-minute window to give me a straight answer, but nobody wanted to do that, so, like, there's no point in me continuing to phase the question. I'll do what I want with this fort. Hello, Rick SFG. Hello, how are you? You tune in right when I'm just, like, grumbling at chat room. All right. All them boulders in, please. Do that. No, oranges. Chat's fine. Orange is being a bag of dicks. Especially your pirate ship, which can definitely eat a bag of dicks. How many are we up against? 127. Why aren't they mounted on the beak dogs this time? They're showing up separately. The hell? But sorry, Raz, for just kind of being a twit. I'm just like beyond annoyed with half of you right now. For TLDR, for those of you just tuning in, or who just tuned in, I guess rather. I asked like option A or option B question to chat, and they were like, option Y. And I'm like, or one person said option Y. Very far away from the question that I asked. And I've just been trying to get a straight answer for the last 20 minutes. Finally re-asked the question out of frustration. And then still got option Y again. And it's like, okay, you know, fuck it. The chat doesn't get to give me feedback anymore. You guys are put officially into opinions jail, and I won't listen to them anymore. Came from YouTube, saw your last video. Yep. Cheers. Yeah, no, I'm usually live about 10 to 14 hours on the days that I'm on. Usually. We've only been live for 7, so we got a good chunk left. Just in time? Just in time for the siege, Valisar. It looks like that, yeah. How many is there? This one's pretty small. Maybe that's why they're not mounted, is because it is pretty small. Alright, well, we're gonna have to make him into toast. Get to it. Let's follow Miral Clay. Should make it. Although, let's actually just shut this off. Turn this back on. Really? Do you not like... You know, if you didn't nap so much, you'd sleep better at night? I know that's kind of a mean thing to say, but it's true. Alright, you... Okay, fine. Keep carrying that boulder. Just don't get caught by those goblins. I know there's a lot of people suspecting they're going to do it at PAX, which I still think would be a little bit weird if they did it at PAX. But who knows? Right, let's... That might be the problem. Make you guys drop those boulders? Nope. Alright, fine then. I forbid all these. We're going to disable the burrow. And then re-enable the burrow. And that'll snap him out of that. And run away, you idiots. Well, I mean, I've been playing this one world for so long. I'm not going to stop anytime soon. Around the edges, you silly boys. Right. I will say this, and this is not a secret. I'm having lunch with Zach and Tarn on Saturday during PAX. And my meeting with them is right after they have a meeting with Rock, Paper, Shotgun. So, I mean, they're trying to get interviews with Rock, Paper, Shotgun, and it'd be weird for them to do that over just a soundtrack. Why are those goblins so far back? What the hell, guys? I need to burn you. I mean, burning the trolls and the beak dogs would be more than enough. The hell? Before it's that way. These guys are really bad invaders. They're just like hanging around over here, just like da 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 da. They like really don't want to fight with me, I guess. Well. I do need some better mods around this stream, though. I need to actually get mods that work. Not that the current mods I have don't work, it's just there's certain things that I need from mods that are very helpful that none of my mods currently have the time or allowance to be able to do, unfortunately. Because what happens is I mod people in this stream that are, you know, very active and are good at that, and then situations in life change, and then they stop being able to do that. Which is like, you know, the case with Hobo. Hobo was a great mod when he was first modded, because he was like in uni and basically just like hung out on his computer in his dorm all the time and just like modded my stream. Which was very helpful actually way back in the day. You do wish you could be here more often? I wish half the people who watch me could be here more often, to be honest. But that's just like, you know, the constant problem of being a Twitch streamer, right? I know that this is like a bad statistic, but my favorite statistic about my channel is that I have, you know, 15,000 followers on this channel. And 7,000 of them have notifications turned on. So every time I turn my stream on, 7,000 people get push notifications sent to them. It's like 0.001% of them click on it. Which for some reason just amuses the ever-living hell out of me. A very small golden siege. It's a very petite siege. There's only like 150 of them. It's a very petite siege. But it's fine. We'll just wait for all those big dogs to be next. These guys up here are going to live because they're not doing a very good job of actually attacking me. Okay, we'll kill that crew there and then back off, I think. No, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I wouldn't want you modding my chat or actively reading my chat while driving anyway. There used to be somebody who would watch this stream named Adra the Metal Out, or not Adra the Metal Outlaw, named Abra fucking Kadabra. I confused him with Adra. Abra fucking Kadabra, who comes by sometimes, although I think he changed his name to like Abra and Kadabra or something. Anyway, because previously he was definitely not Hitler, which is also hilarious, but also I understand why he had to change that name too. Anyway. He was a full-time trucker, like cross-USA trucker. And depending on what state he was in, he'd be like in chat all the time and talking. But if he was like in a state where there wasn't a lot of flat, he'd just like vanish for like 3 weeks at a time. So he'd be like, oh yeah, I was driving in Florida. I can't watch while in Florida. And then he'd be like, oh yeah, no, I'm in like Wyoming. It's like they can't see anything for miles. It's fine. All right. Making me nervous here. Twitch chatting and driving. Doesn't seem wise, but... Alright, well, I think that's probably good. Yeah, we can back my squads off. Back up, boys! You know, I'm going to feel real bad if this mountain gnome burns to death. I mean, it doesn't matter how you're doing it, it's still distracted driving. In my opinion. But Dragomins, what's up, dude? How's things been? Here comes our Dwarf. Style fawn. Boing. It's how to make a mess. Oh, man, did I just kill that? Okay, no, that's a goblin. Not the gnome. I don't want to accidentally kill gnomes. I like gnomes too much. This is a problem. Gnomes are like my people. They drink almost as much booze as dwarves do. Anyway, this is the actual defensive system I have. I'm very proud of. It's gonna give it a second. Need somebody to pull that lever over there. Anybody got it? Somebody? There's thousands of them in this fortress, and as you can see, they're constantly drinking my wine. I let them live here because, and just like exist in the fortress because I think gnomes are awesome, and you don't see them very often. So even though like they drink a lot of my wine, it's fine. We got plenty. I mean, that's just all that visitors do anyway, and they're just like weird mute visitors. I don't know. I really like the gnomes, but if you want to find gnomes, settle on good mountains. So like Mirthful. Or any of the good possible good biome verbs, but mountains. Serene, that's the one I was thinking of. Mirthful or serene. Also, welcome back, Frog for Hire. Busy day at work. You mean good to gnome? It's definitely not good to know. But yeah, that's just gonna burn them all. Has been a busy day. I get you. Bodies exploding. It's a good time. I can't believe like we actually haven't killed enough of them to break the siege yet, though. I mean, I guess I killed a couple trolls and that's about it, but. How many rose gold bars have I made? Very few. Must have run out of materials for them. Just let them cancel that job. What's going on with gnomes? They're a gnomeable. They gnome everything about you. And they, like chugging my booze. I don't know. There's gnomes on this map. It's in the title of the stream, so. There's gnomes on this map, and they're basically like my tavern guests. Even though they're listed as wild animals. I can't believe you don't gnome what's going on. How big is the pump stack powering all the magma? I'm not quite... I can show you. It's just this double glass stack in the middle of the screen. It's this. Just a double glass stack, and it also filled this. Just named an iron weapon. Shield? Yeah. It also filled up this, which is my magma forge. But it pumps from... powered by this, just a bunch of windmills up on the roof, and it pumps from down here. So this, what's it called? Lava pool? Pool of lava. Lava pool. Puddle? Lava puddle. Hot water puddle. Yeah, that. It pumps out of this. This partially formed volcano. Right there, all the way up through here. And then when it hits the center of the fort, up in here, it then swaps to 2 going out either side, which then fill up my walls, And then I pull a lever, and then it just kind of dumps. It takes a little bit to fill. I mean, I could make it faster and more efficient, but it's fine. It was kind of like a quick and dirty job because the first siege we got put up against was like 600 goblins. Well, goblins, beak dogs, and trolls. So I was like, well, fuck, I need a quick defensive solution. So that was my quick defensive solution. Since then, I actually have like a proper military and such, but that was my... Goblin Lady Consort is fighting? I'm sorry, what? You must have died. Huh. Alright. Anyway, the lever to activate the whole thing is in the middle of my temple. And then once that's pulled, pulling this lever down here, like, reactivates or drains everything. And then I could, like, you know, drain either side of this, but that would be kind of dangerous because it does fill up kind of a bit. But they pull that lever and it opens up this. And this. And it drains out in a couple minutes. And all the smoke there is because there's a lot of coal ore around here, which is what most of these boulders are. They're lignite. And it literally burns and smolders for a year when you catch it on fire, unless you dump water on it. So it's pretty efficient. It's just would be better, I suppose. Can you play goblins in this? Yes, but not by default. In adventure mode, you can play as literally anything, if you know how. You could play as a hamster man and call him Ham Toro if you want to. Although, good luck carrying anything because their carrying capacity is kind of shit because they're so small. But yeah, you can play as a goblin, an elf, anything in adventure mode. Any kind of species that's in your world, you could probably play as in adventure mode. But in Fortress mode, the only default starting race are dwarves because they're the only one that's actually mechanically developed enough to be able to be playable. However, you can get goblins and elves in your fortress because sometimes they'll just ask to join. This particular fortress has a mayor that's an elf, and at least 2 goblins. Yeah, we have a human dancer and a goblin dancer. Actually, hold on a second. We're gonna do some clothing. How much cloth do I have? Plenty. I'm gonna make a few large size things real quick. For the human in the fort. But yeah, these would all be all of the playable factions in adventure mode for this world. Including the Worm Man. And the Batman, not to be confused with the Batman. Batman, not to be confused with the Batman. Although it is true that Bat people will attack the dwarf with the highest comedian stat first. It's one of my favorite silliness things about Dwarf Fortress. You could, in fact, be a bush tit man, or a brown recluse Spider-Man, or a beaverman, or a boring old-fashioned human. Eh. Well, yeah, when you see people complaining about Dwarf Fortress being tedious, this is what they mean. Queued up the hoods twice. All right, that's a good amount of clothing. Including some for my humans. I'm also going to open this up to get some of that crap out of the way down there, which I definitely don't need. Siege is still going? For real? Oh. I guess they're all still over there. Well, that's fine. I'll wait for this to drain out and then we'll do it again. Shouldn't take too long. Only killed about 40 of them, apparently. Burn up the extras down there. Because this will all drain out quite fast. Also bet that most of that water's dried up down at the bottom. Yeah, you are, in fact. Maybe not slow, but too slow to get the investment in. To be fair, I didn't even notice that investments were open. I wasn't paying attention. Sometimes my brain just, like, overrides whatever the bot's saying. I just don't even notice. Actually happens kind of a lot. Well, we gotta be kind of smart with how we do this. Well, it's gonna take them a while to get down there, so let's just go back to what we're doing around the edges. It's enough lava. I've invited in here for free. I'm actually kind of curious if it's gonna chuck a lot. Actually, no, it won't, because there's a roof above it. Otherwise, it probably would chuck lava in the air. These frame rates are fine. All right, well, it's not possibly going to be resealing itself, is it? Wow, it did. Damn. That's impressive. You too, Darren? You know what, chat room? I'll be nice to you guys. I'm going to restart the bot. You're going to hear some Windows beep boops in the background. Apologies for subjecting you to Windows sounds. Hoppity. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Oh, great. Bot's got to download an update. That'll let you guys reinvest. You can try again. Never mind. It's going to restart again because it's got another update. Bot, come on. I mean, you could very easily break windows. Just make sure that they're owned by people that won't get mad at you for breaking them. There you go. They're open again. Now none of you will miss it this time. Allegedly. You might still miss it, but you probably won't miss it this time. Good luck, Hobo. That's big money. You work at a window factory? No. As long as you're not Microsoft, you should be pretty fine. Most people try to be massive hard. It's very rare that I make dick jokes out of that, but here we go. Yep. Kind of fell floppy disk. Doctor can fix that. As long as you don't do floppy drive, because you know it is after all your job. Kind of surprised that they don't take damage from Steam. I guess I've for some reason I remember them taking damage from Steam, but maybe that's just because I've played too much Caves of Cud. I know for a fact you can one-shot yourself with Steam in Caves of Cud. Maybe that's what I'm confusing it with. I'm starting to suspect that that might be the case. All right, kid. Maybe not a good idea to hang out right where I'm going to be dumping water into lava, yeah? Maybe not the best idea, but like, you know, if you insist, I guess you can hang out up here. Just going to reiterate, I don't think that's the best idea, kiddo. Yep. That's why they make engines out of them. Hence, steam engines. They push trains with them. Trains are pretty heavy. Good win, Lump. King Wax. Jinx. Stoned and Bastet. There we go. Let's start pumping manually. Also, this is super unrelated, but Brigador put out some footage of Brigador Killers, the sequel to Brigador. It's very, very early alpha. Like it's super unfinished, but it's like demoing their getting in and out of vehicle mechanics and driving cars and motorcycles. The only way to make like a playable synthwave album video game better is by adding in drivable sports cars and motorcycles, which they have. It's looking even more like Syndicate every time I see it. I don't know what that means, Frog. I wonder how the lava emptying out is going. It's still emptying. Went a little bit far with this. Oh, well, it is draining, though. All right, well, give it another 5 minutes to finish draining. Operate pump. There you go. So now the water, it go down there. Whoosh. But it's more complicated. Anything more than that you no longer recall. Cool. Well, I have no idea what it is, so you certainly seem to recall more of it than I do, because I didn't know what it was in the first place. All right. Here comes the water. And then we can mine out that trench there of adamantine. And then we can go down further and keep doing it and keep doing it. The one thing we need to do if I keep this fort going is build out a maybe a more efficient way of destroying the enemy. Otherwise, we're going to run into this problem where if I keep losing a couple dwarves every siege, we're eventually going to just straight up run out of dwarves. Where are all of these goblins at? A bunch of them right there. In like 4 or 5 little raiding parties. It's kind of neat, actually. So, chat, place your bets. Is this child going to get pushed into the lava by the water? The water is rushing towards him. Not super fast, but fast enough. I'm sure there's more than one called that. Do you know what I'm terrible at remembering and was never very good at? Math, long tables, and formulas. You think child in lava? I think he'll get out. I think the water's gonna hit him and he's gonna be like, nah, this is a backup. All right, if child doesn't end up in lava without me touching anything, you owe me $1. Fight attack. Still playing. It's nothing better than playing in an area where we're turning lava into obsidian. Kids playing and getting a shower. Also, you don't actually owe me $1, don't worry. I was just pretty certain that this child's self-preservation ability is, like, good. With heat? No. There's no heat power in Dwarf Fort. It's just wind and then moving water. But moving water has to be water. It can't be lava. The only thing that's powered by heat is forges. Forges, glass makers, kilns, those sorts of things. So normally you'd need to use charcoal. But if you build it one layer above lava, you can use lava instead of charcoal. I mean, volcanoes are pretty rad. I'd say there was like a small chance that this kid could have been pushed into the lava, but they would have had to move like right next to it right when the water flowed in. But because they were kind of over here by the wall, they're pretty safe. This is sealing off all of this adamantine down here. As it fills up the last of that, it's going to seal off even more of it. Then we can rechannel and do it again. Although down here, we're going to need to be a lot more careful. Otherwise, I guarantee you we're going to dig into hell. Don't really want to do. Yep. Child absolutely did not end up in lava. If they moved to the left, maybe. There was a chance. It was a slim chance, though. Wasn't a fair bet. I was pretty convinced the kid wouldn't end up in lava. Because believe it or not, Tarn has done a pretty good job improving Dwarven self-preservation. They're nowhere near as psychotically suicidal as they used to be. Well, actually, that's not totally true. They still are psychotically suicidal when it comes to minecarts, but water, lava, they're a little bit better about not. Unless there's lava flowing towards them, then they're completely oblivious. We're gonna fly up to here. Sweet. That stuff's starting to dry.
Congratulations on not having a child pushed into lava by water.
Thanks for the $1. You didn't need to do that, but here's. I mean, I never wanted to play near lava as a kid, Aqua. However, I did read lots of books about volcanoes, and as a grown-ass adult, I watched lots of live streams of volcanoes. I don't know if that quite counts, but I'd say it more or less does. Yep, that's happened. I've accidentally dumped lava on a few people. I once had a legendary titan kill himself with a log. They knocked a tree over, and it collapsed on them, and they died. It was pretty great, not gonna lie. You saved the life of that kid by betting against him? Did you now, Frog? Not entirely sure that's how that works, but... I'm gonna keep pulling this because it does actually, like, destroy lava. There's a little bit less point to it on the other side. Imagine if we could just employ the gnomes. Just saying. This would be much more efficient. We'd have a much larger population. Chat, can I get a couple beers for Fight Attack chucking $1 at me? First notification of money in 2 hours. Okay, boop. Open that up. And boop. Close it again. I do think, I'm trying to like go through my head of like ways that you could fight against hell. It'd be really fun to have like a corridor that was just full of lava because the demons are immune to lava. And then just dump water on the entire thing all at exactly the same time and just immediately solidify them in obsidian. Like you'd only get one shot, but... I'm because we were talking about it earlier. I'm just like thinking about it now. I'm like, I feel like that would be pretty dwarfy. Just immediately seal them all as fossils and then like engrave all the way around it. Do not mine, because things might come out of it. Better than mine through one at a time and see if they're dead. I don't actually know if that would kill them. It might. I would assume it would. It's just like that one siege where I had...
Live a good life, dwarf kid.
Thanks for the $1, Frog. Appreciate you. I like this comment that I got on the video from this morning. This is so cool. This really makes me feel like that I'll actually live to see the release of this amazing game. What a time to be alive. Just don't tell them it's already out, okay? Just don't tell them. They don't need to know. Chat, can we get a couple more beers for Frog? Also chucking $1 in to the Blind IRL's beer fund or whatever it is. Hope springs eternal. It seems like it. It's funny because like previous videos I've been getting a thanks for the $1 anonymous. Previous videos I've been getting a lot of like comments about how it ain't gonna happen, you know, like nothing's actually gonna, you know, it's never gonna come out. Like I've been getting a lot of those like it's never gonna come out kind of things. I've been getting a lot of those recently. But this video, it's like I haven't gotten a single one. Everybody's like, oh my god, it's actually coming out. It's like, even though it's just, yo, soundtrack's confirmed to have 2 composers. that's all that actually is. It's just soundtrack's now confirmed to have 2 composers working on it. It's the only thing that was actually confirmed. Yet, like, people are way more positive about this than, like, anything else that's been announced as of late. Which I think is kind of interesting. All right, there we go. Can mine through all this. Which will give me access to some more strands of metal to melt. How deep is this? Very shallow? Okay. Bot didn't like trailing beer? What do you mean? What do you mean by trailing? I don't know what you noticed, because clearly you've noticed something different in the pattern that I've completely missed. Yes, the beer emote must be in front. Although, you can't actually... I don't think mirrored beer works. Beer after something else is not noticed by the bot. Yes, this is true. That is facts. Beer must be first. Raz, thanks for the $10. Cheers, mate. You know you've kind of bankrolled this whole stream by yourself this month, right? just making sure that you're aware of that. You and the help of a couple others, but large portion of it's been you. Oh, you missed the R in there. That's why it didn't work. I didn't just... I don't think I just... No, I didn't just... Yeah, we're fine. Thought I saw a dwarf vanish into there, but no, I don't think we did. It was a piece of adamantine that I saw vanish into there. All right. Gonna go dig out that last bit. Good timing, audio.
Whoa, crypt bear.
So is this where you start singing like Thunderstruck or something? Well, oh. Crypt beer. Chat, can I get a round of beers for audio keeping that sub alive for 63 months? That's a really long time.
Damn it, I was 2 bits short.
2 bits short? Of what? Oh, of 666. No kidding, you were 2 bits short. If you had an extra 2 bits, it would have leveled up to level 3. Literally put it to 99. I mean, look at it. It's 99%. Hey, Chad, anybody got 2 cents? That's really funny. We've gotten through this stress crunch at work and you can finally relax a bit. Yay for relaxing. I'm stressed because I don't want to travel, but I'm looking forward to the result of traveling, so I will prevail. I'm one of those people who gets like 4 days before I have to catch a plane or a flight or something, 4 to 4.5 days in advance, I'll start getting anxiety about missing it. This is just how my brain works, or alternatively, I guess doesn't work. It's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really wish that's not how my brain worked, but you know, that's my life. I don't think I've ever seen it land on 99% before, though. True story. Was 2 cents enough? God damn it, no it wasn't. Shit. $0.04? Still not enough. I'm starting to think it's like legit just a scam train. Not even 4 cents, no. I don't know how much more it needs, guys. It doesn't matter. Even if it doesn't level up, it's fine. If you guys are capped out, don't do more than you can. That's just funny. Also, based on the stuff that you do on Internet Archive, Vida, makes a lot of sense why you'd know who Foon is. It's not the sort of person on the internet that a lot of people know who they are. You have to be like in very specific circles. These are next month's bits. Well, I mean, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I just think it's very funny because I've never had a hype train sit on 99% before. No more sense. God damn it. It's just gonna sit there for like an extra 5 minutes, like, you know that, right? I wasn't paying attention to how much was cheered. God, now it's just stuck. Good lord. Come on, indeed. You're not kidding, man. The fuck? This is gonna play so well for the people who watch this on YouTube. Yeah, I feel the exact same way. Anybody have a Prime sub? I would fix this. Be honest, I'm way too amused. That'll do her. Thanks for gifting out a tier 2 sub. Also, that's your 200th gift sub in the channel, which deserves a round of beer in its own right. All right, let's see. How many... How much more lava is there? All right, let's lock the dwarves back upstairs and open up the entrance to this and close the middle. I'm gonna pull this and then pull it a second time. But thanks a ton for gifting a tier 2 sub. Certainly one way to keep the train going. Even if it's a slow drone. We're not quite at the point where the Goblins can enter the fort, but we're getting there. So might as well prep for it while we wait for that lava to go away. Close that one. And then reopen it. Also, Change Me does deserve that. It's a good person for it to land on. Who's also lurking, turns out. Or, like, just saw a notification. Cheers, Change Me. And open that up again. Bonk. There might actually be a route in. At this point, it's hard to tell. Alrighty, Gubbins, can you enter the fort? Can you? That is the question. Enjoy the cheese. Yes. For everyone. Almost. The irony of the cheese for everyone command is it's not actually cheese for everyone. It's cheese for people who give me the appropriate amount of money on Patreon. That's the irony of it. All right, so let's see. Go in there. That side's all clear, all clear, all clear. All clear, all clear. All clear. Yeah, they should be able to get in. I don't know why this little party's hanging out over there, though. This goblin army is so strange. Like, they don't really want to like attack us. Like they're acting like humans, which is weird. What faction is this? The Dread of Scrapes of the Branded Witch. They haven't sieged us as many times, but they're actually sieging. They're doing what humans do, which is just like they hang out outside for a while. I mean, I could just send my squads out to go fight them. We'd win, but you know what? Fuck it. Why don't we do that? Let's just send the squads out to go fight them. Also, chat, 30 seconds to upgrade the train if ever anybody's feeling ballsy. It does require, like, a solid $28 in bits, though. Or, like, probably 5 gifted subs would do it. No pressure, though. Cheers, lads. You guys have pretty much capped off the month, which is nice. Let's go fight some goblins out in the field, shall we? We don't do this very often. It's about damn time we do. Solid little choo-choo. Thank you very much for the 2 subs and the 1,980 bits, which is $19.80. Also, kind of unrelated, but there is a lot of rumors going around that Twitch is gonna do away with bits. You're all tapped out till you move? Ah, that makes sense, dude. I'm surprised you're still subscribed, to be honest. How's things been? Pretty good. No complaints. Surviving. Getting by. Really? Why? Because YouTube has proven that just saying $10 to tip, on average has a higher conversion rate. So there's a pretty likely chance that we're going to get something very akin to super chats for Twitch, where it just, instead of showing bits, the numbers, it is just, they tipped $10, and it's an a la carte thing instead of like stockpiling. Twitch has been slowly removing bits related features for a while now. Most recently, they removed the ability to pay for votes on the polls with bits. The most recent one they've done. But they've also removed... what's it called? Okay, so they're all really far. One over here, wasn't there? Let's just go for the squad that's closest, which I think are these guys. But most recently most notably, they've removed that, but they also removed the automatic refill, because you used to be able to just basically say, hey, Twitch, when I run out of bits, automatically buy another $15 in bits. You used to be able to do that. But they've, like, removed that as well. So there's rumors going around that they're going to be swapping to that kind of thing, which I don't like. Because I like the ability to micro-tip for less than $1. Like, being able to throw 4 cents into the chat's kind of awesome. And you can't do that with that other system, so. If they do change systems, I hope that they allow for something like that, but dwarves are colliding with the first squad of goblins. Bits and pieces are flying everywhere. Seems to be a rather flawless victory, and we seem to have broken them. That was quick. Let's turn around and, well, maybe we'll just let them go. Kill the one little squad of them and let the rest leave. Yeah, they're all too far away. We won't even catch them, I don't think. Use the Twitch subs for the emotes. See, here's the thing. You say that, but the second you unsubscribe from a lot of channels, you'll see how many ads actually get played, and then want to resub. Something that I really don't like, actually, about the ad incentives that Twitch has been throwing at streamers is kind of the attitude that a lot of streamers have developed towards viewers who don't like ads, when they're just like, if you care so much, sub. It's like, not everybody can afford to sub. Like, subbing ain't cheap anymore, especially in Canada. Turbo? Yeah, but Turbo's like $14 a month. And again, not everybody can afford that shit. All right, there we go. Dwarves are now free to go wherever they want. That they can take a break. Oh, I mean, there's tons of different solutions. Fuck ads. I want no ads on my stream. That's the correct number of ads for this kind of entertainment. 0. You guys are paying me not to show you ads. You know, for years, the idea was like, you know, you pay for cable and then you don't need to see too many ads. Well, they ruined cable by filling it up with ads. And when you're seeing an ad every 5 to 10 minutes, approximately, or 8 minutes of ads an hour, that's almost the equivalent of what you'd get in cable, and that sucks. Well, now, what are you poor? Exactly. You know, I make enough money streaming that, fortunately, I don't need to run ads all the time. And I guess once again, I'm that weird, unique person who's just like, not everything needs to be monetized. You don't need to make all of the money all of the time. If I can sacrifice some money to improve the general ability to enjoy the stream, I will do that. Should paint ads on your semi-truck? Wouldn't that get you in trouble with the company that you... Like, isn't the ad for your semi-truck like the company that you're driving for? Or am I crazy? Unrelated, but I have to link a K-Mac video at somebody. Here, I'll double it up in chat so you know what I'm talking about. Also, a Forgotten Beast has come. Where is it? Forgotten Beast Eb Ugosh has come. A great humanoid composed of clear tourmaline. Ay, ay, ay. Has a pair of fan-like antennae, and it appears to be emaciated. Beware its deadly dust. All right. Is it on a layer where it can access my fort? Because I don't think it is. Shouldn't be, no. That is terrifying, though. Already that. Golly jeez. Anything composed of, like, gems scares the piss out of me. Just by default. Better Call Saul, Orange? Only if you get commissions on those sales. I don't know. I guess I'm averse to advertising because, like, I grew up in Canada, especially in a part of Canada where it's completely illegal to put billboards on the sides of buildings and illegal to put billboards along the sides of highways. Public transit's fine, though. Go fucking figure. Because, like, it's illegal to put billboards along the sides of highways because it ruins the view. And you know what? I agree. It fucking ruins the view. Unless it's private property, and then you can do what you want with your private property, which is why you know immediately when you're on a native reserve because suddenly there's 50 bajillion billboards, and you're like, what the fuck? It's also incredibly distracting and dangerous. Yeah, I will never forget the Girls Gone Wild one that was like mid-2000s. There was a Girls Gone Wild billboard, which was just like the lady with no shirt on with stars on her titties billboard on the side of the road. I always, like, as an adult now, I wonder, it's like, I wonder how many car accidents that thing caused. It's people going, what? Just like there was this lady that was notorious for walking around topless along the side of the road in the area that I grew up in. And she caused a lot of car accidents. Which is kind of amusing. Sort of like the same thing. She was like avidly protesting, though. No. Not at all. It wasn't that kind of neck breaking. It was the, what? She was like 70 and hundreds of pounds. It was certainly not the sort of person you'd want to see walking along the side of the road. There was a song about a girl in a smile and a towel on a billboard. Yeah, that sounds like the sort of thing there'd be a sad song about. I don't know if it's a sad song, but it sounds like a sad song. Well, I mean, it would have gone one or the other way, right? It's either is she that attractive or was she that bad looking? It's one of the two. That video made you chuckle. If you like that one, Bastet, I got another one for you. K Machiavelli's great. He barely ever uploads anymore though, because he kind of ran out of memes. I think he uploads every couple months now. And it's usually like serious vocal covers, which is like the weirdest part about him is that he's actually a really good musician. So he's not just a walking meme. Although this might actually be one of my favorite videos on the internet. Just ever, period. That was 4 odd hours. Seems like it, yeah, I guess. Something like that. How you doing, Stone? I don't know what HYCYBH is. So. Right, human, mittens, gloves, and something else. Well, at the very least, we're getting through all of those fresh clothings. Finally. See, I have good taste in memes. Also, I've never even heard of it, so consider it dead. Not that I'm particularly good at following memes, ever, or keep up with them. Or put any effort into keeping up with them either, for that matter. All right, how's this doing? Uh-oh, there's a ghost. Spooky. We're gonna jump up here. Also, Raz, I don't know if you were here when you died, but unfortunately your dwarf died. But what I can tell you is you might have died, but you did die gloriously in battle. You can barely comprehend the emojis. Well, I mean, that's the benefit of, you know, Twitch chat emotes. They make a lot of sense to us olds. I like to think, anyway. All right. We begin letting the lava flow. Problem is not all of the not all of the water is dried up, which is actually kind of super inconvenient. Just need all the water to be dried up. God damn it. You only use them on an extremely rare occasion for a slight image or for a joke. I use Twitch chat emotes pretty frequently, I think. Also, Stone, we've kind of decided we're going to try and fight hell in this fortress. Or I'm going to try and fight hell. I don't know what we are going to do. I'm going to try and fight hell. I find myself using the thinking emoji quite frequently, just because it's on literally every platform. And it's a pretty good, like there's no super easy way to convey just a huh without like using it. So that's the one emoji I catch myself using relatively frequently. That's kind of the only one. It's literally just that one. Which isn't a bad emoji to catch yourself using, I don't think. Autumn has come. Also, Stone, I sent you a DM on Discord about a thing. Yawn. Please. I'm running out of coffee, too. Also, somebody on Krug Smash's Discord has pointed out that one of the Simon Schreier songs, Simon Schreier songs, is actually just straight up about boat murdered. So, if that song makes it in to the soundtrack proper, does that mean boat murdered is now canon lore? I'm just asking for science, chat room. Because I'll be honest, I never actually looked up what any of those lyrics meant. I know that, like, the answer is out there, but... You scared of this ghost? You don't seem to give a shit. Dwarf doesn't give a shit. Yeah, I didn't realize it was about... Or, not. It's not that one that is, I don't think. But... It's neat. On and off all day. Yeah, same. I keep on playing through, like, Vile Force of Darkness. I keep on playing through the 2 tracks, but... Or 3 tracks, rather. But it also makes me realize that I probably should actually just go look at those lyrics. Let's just give them a second. Let's see what kind of force we're up against. Because I'm not one to really go look things up like that. So the question is, chat room, how do we get Long Death Cannon? The dwarves stuck in eternal purgatory. Let's pull some levers. Some dwarves are stuck. That dwarf just passed out. Seems like a bad place to pass out. Uh-oh. This dwarf's dead. Oh, nope, he didn't. Wow, he made it through. That was close. So I've got a question here. Does this dwarf wake up? The burrows are on. There's an army of goblins coming to kill us. Does this dwarf wake up? It's also a pretty big one. Very big one, actually. Very big siege. Not so many trolls this time yet, anyway. I guess maybe they just haven't spawned yet. Also that... Hold on. That's concerning. Okay, that's fine. So, still asleep. Chat room? Can do it. It's gonna have a hell of a wake-up call. Although, taking damage in your sleep, they don't feel pain. So they won't realize, it will have a painless death if he sleeps through it. Time for a dwarf to get submerged? What? Why would I submerge a dwarf? Oh, to wake him up? I got no way of doing that, quite literally. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there's the trolls. Also, you know, I just realized, because of the way time works in Fortress mode, dwarves sleep for, like, a week. Man, I wish I could do that. There's some things that you just don't really think about in Dwarf Fortress until you think about them, and then you go, oh man, why did I... Because a day is like 30 seconds, which means it takes this army like 5 days to get to my fort. What, that they sleep for a week? The Fortress mode life? Yep. It's just like the people who play the game just don't understand why dwarves get so depressed in the rain. It's like, well, if you had to go work 24/7 without sleeping, without any food or drink in torrential downpour for 8 weeks, you'd be pretty pissed off too. How's that relatable? I can't sleep that well. That's like the opposite of relatable. That's like jealousy. All right, he woke up. We got what? Other dwarf, where are you going? Oh, I see. Apparently, I hadn't turned it back on when I turned it off. Turned it back on the last time. All right, well, just get back in the fort, dwarves. Aspirational? Yes, true. There's a difference between relatable and aspirational. I wish I could sleep like dwarves. Although, I also wish I could drink as much alcohol as dwarves. Because I would just, like, tap beer into my house instead of water at that point. Actually, maybe chat can answer this question. Is there noise in Dwarf Fortress? Because I know, like, you can hear things through walls in adventure mode, but in Fortress mode, I don't know if there actually is any noise. Or any trackable noise. I don't actually know. I know that there was noise pollution in the game for a bit, and dwarves would get, like, shitty moods if they were sleeping too close to construction, but that got completely removed from the game. Dragon Man, how was your stream today? What were you playing? Yeah, can I get a couple beers for Dragon Man? Oh, no. Our human dancer is outside. And thus gonna die, probably. Are you just carrying a heavy boulder? That certainly appears to be the case. Well. Sucks to suck, I guess. No cesta, no manure. Hopefully that's the only casualty this round. Functionally, no. That's what I thought, yeah. Functionally, there was none. It is a way of me de-stressing and getting better at speaking. Dude, that's why I started streaming originally. It was like as a form of stress relief and social activity. You know, the first time I actually told another streamer that, I got laughed at by like 4 people. They're like, de-stressing? Ha! Streaming is the most stressful job I've ever had. And I was like, you should get a stressful job, you fucking weirdos. Then I went and talked to other people at that party, because... It was at that moment I realized there's a lot of fucking assholes in this industry. What? Oh, I see. They're dumping stuff like that. I mean, a different person, but one of the people from that group later that same weekend told me that my opinion didn't matter because I wasn't a partnered streamer. Because at the time I was just an affiliate. I was a measly little affiliate back at the time. And they're like, your opinion doesn't matter, because they were talking about like business and numbers and stats and stuff. I was just like, admittedly, like relatively butted into a conversation, but I was just like, hey, yeah, like, you know, it's called smart business planning, because they were talking about like subscription counts being fluctuating and being stressful. It's like, well, yeah, it is stressful, but so is just running any private business. And they're just like, are you a partnered streamer? I'm like, no. What's funny is none of them still stream full-time, but I do. Get fucked. Who won in the long way? Yay! You're irrelevant! Exactly. I mean, to be fair, Lucky, I am still irrelevant. But I've been doing this job longer than they have. Well, you know, better for worse. God damn. The elitist ones. You know, I might end up seeing Whitechapel this year. That would be really cool. I'd like to see Whitechapel. Anyway, speaking of irrelevant, how you doing, Loki? You're like those patients whose doctors say you've got a year to live, and then the doctor... I don't know why that's funny, but that I've seen that statement before, that comparison made before, and then... I don't know why. I shouldn't laugh at that, but it is kind of funny. What is red moss? Never seen that meant. Oh, what's the red monster? These things? The red bees? These are beak dogs. Is what those is. Unless you're talking about this, in which case that's lava. But these are beak dogs. Whitechapel in London, or did you miss something? There's a band called Whitechapel. And they have a song called Elitist Ones that has the chorus goes, God damn, the elitist ones. And whenever people say, you goddamn elitist, immediately that song gets stuck in my head. It's a really good song. So they're a death metal band. Very, very loud. But Elitist Ones fucking slaps. That song is so good. They're kind of like one of those bands where it's like, yeah, they have that one really good song and then a bunch of songs that I forget about all the time. But that one song's really fucking good. Alright, so trolls are starting to come in. Which means it's time to group up the military. And hopefully we don't lose anybody this time. I also hate elitism, which is why I say goddamn the elitist ones. Oh, also, Hobo, since I think you're lurking, I think the patch has arrived. I received a automated phone call saying there's a FedEx package ready to pick up, and I think they were shipped via FedEx. So I'm looking forward to that, which means maybe I can ship those off over the weekend. We'll see. Or ship some of them off anyway. I can just hand one to Eggman if that's the case, because I'll be going down to PAX. Give one to Kiri. For those of you who don't know, I got a bunch of, like, sew-on patches made with a piece of artwork that my artist drew for me. So I'm going to be mailing those off to $7 patrons and up to anybody who wants one. That's assuming you're willing to give me an address to mail it to. And then I'll just be selling the rest of them once I've gotten all of the ones to patrons who want them. So if you sign up for Patreon at $7, I can mail you a patch in like a week. All right, well, that's a big old glob of red and goblin. This is the laggiest this fort gets. And you know what? I'm okay with it. You did it, Onyx? What did you do to it? Oh, you made the Ami rice. I mean, if you feel like sharing, we do have a food porn room on Discord. Sweet. Oh, also, another random funny thing that I noticed earlier today, Hobo, that I think's hilarious. I was banning somebody from the Discord earlier because there was somebody trying to scam people in the Discord. And when I was in that process, I ended up in the menu. I ended up in the menu to apply for Discord partner again. And, you know, we make some of the requirements, but we still don't have the, like, activity or the frequent joining of new people requirements, which is fine. I'm over it at this point. But there was one thing on there that I thought was really funny, which was we have inappropriate words as the names of our servers. Apparently the word trash is an inappropriate word. The word weeb is an inappropriate word, and obviously food porn. But I just think that's really funny. That it's like, trash? Weeb? Really? Okay. So if we ever somehow get Discord partner again, I'd have to rename the Weeb Trash Room. So, anime raccoons. I don't know what I'd call it. I'd come up with something, but you failed. So what you're saying is it's ugly but tastes good? I mean, that's like all of Jamaican food, and their food's delicious. So the hard part about like Japanese food is making it not look awful. Like, I can make some pretty great homemade sushi. Like, I can make some pretty good homemade rolls. I have all the stuff to do it. I know how to do it. I have a good recipe and everything. The problem is they always just look really ugly. So I always feel like I failed, even though they taste great when I make them. Well, you should email Discord directly and tell them. I just think it's funny that, like, I can't have a room called trash. It's like, I have a trash bin on my desktop. Now you want sushi? Go get sushi then. Just maybe don't go to that isekai place. If you ever need an excuse to call in sick, what, just go get really, really drunk? I'm sure you could get drunk for cheaper elsewhere, though. Oh, true. And we could call it anime rubbish. There you go. That's what we'd name. That's what we'd name it. We'd just like just change it over to anime rubbish. That would be totally fine. So if we ever did like qualify for Discord partner again, I'd just change it to anime rubbish from weeb trash. And food porn can be otaku rubbish. There you go. Otaku rubbish. And food porn could just be like, I was going to say erotic delectables, but I think that's even worse. Would be mouth. I'm sure dude, if weeb isn't allowed, I guarantee you hentai isn't. You can find out. That's quite the crowd of trolls, but I was able to get the dwarves properly squatted up in advance this time, so shouldn't run into any issues. Why is there a goblin all... See, actually, this Nako over here, this goblin, is far and away the smartest goblin out of this entire siege. He's just not going into the entrance. He's just like, you know what? What if I just walked around? That seems much smarter. Also, we're almost good. We can almost start the Burninator up. You know, generally, if there's a company sending you free stuff and like giving you like monetary value in exchange for a partnership, you don't generally want to do things that are directly going around their rules, because that's usually like if you won't get caught, but if you do get caught, you don't want to burn bridges like that. It's like if I qualified for Discord partner, I would change things so that it fits. But till then, we can be a bunch of rebels and have our weeb trash and our food porn rooms. Wow, that arm just went flying. I'm assuming that's an arm. Was that an arm or a head? What was that? My hand is too far over on the keyboard. Oh, it's a leg. Well, leg it, I guess. Whew! None of those dwarves have landed in that lava yet. That's unbefrickin-leavable. Nope, there goes one. I'm assuming that was a dwarf. Yep, that was a dwarf. Oh, great. May have to back the dwarves up pretty soon. Please don't fall into the lava. Well, I mean, we could call it, like, food prawns. With, like, a... No O. Like an A and a W. But I don't know. I'm not really one to, like, loosely skirt rules. I'm one to, like, if... Actually, maybe I didn't lose a dwarf. It's hard to tell. Turn around, dwarves. Run away. Yeah, it's time we turn around. Okay, you guys just kill that troll, and then the rest of you back up. Why aren't you backing up? Trying to get 2 of the 3 squads out of here. We're allowing 2 of them to continue moving forward. But they're going to have to turn around soon, too. Because this is getting kind of sketch. I mean... Sure. Well, okay, why not? See, told you so. Orange. Okay, we need to be really careful, because if this squad ends up fighting with that army, they're all dead. Back up, dwarves. Fucking turn around and book it. Run. Fucking run. Back up. Run away. I need them to not collide with that entire fucking army. There you go. Need them to get around that corner. Right about there. Can turn them back on briefly. Surprise, motherfuckers! And they turn around and then they gut all of these trolls real quick at the corner. And hopefully don't dodge into the lava. Nope. Cool. They're dodging backwards. That's what they need to do. One of them's getting exhausted, which means we're going to lose one pretty soon. Two of them are getting exhausted, actually. One more troll that needs to die. Stat. Okay, that's another one down. Sweet. One of the exhausted ones went into a martial trance so that they can't become exhausted. Okay, he's lying down. Just run away, dwarf. Just run away. Just run away. Yeah, perfect. Run away. Run away. Run away. Walk away. Perfect. Keep walking. Walk to the left. To the left. There you go. Yeah. Stay out of hand-to-hand combat. Exactly. They're just fucking trolls. Come on. Just walk to the left. That's it. Just walk to the left. Or we could just call it delicious-looking food. I know that that's like a strange concept, but you know what? Yeah, okay, it kind of looks like a very sad dumpling, but you know, this is one of those like how do you word that? Expectations versus reality memes. You don't believe in lava flood chambers? You haven't watched very much of the stream today, have you? Why do you think I'm trying to back these dwarves out of this zone? Come on, keep backing up, keep backing up, keep backing up, keep backing up, keep backing up. Back up. Oh, I see there's one in front of them. So you right now. Yeah. Alright, well. They're creaming these guys. I don't know what a ragoon is. What's a ragoon? Alright, doing pretty good. Like 3 more that we need to kill. We're about to get a break in between these trolls. There's an opportunity to back up. We made it back around the corner. Okay, sweet. That's an opportunity. Run away, run away, walk away, walk away, walk away. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, or don't. Just keep fighting, I guess, until those... they're all lying down. It's 2 more dead. Oh. Yeah, I've never even heard of that. Although I don't generally eat wontons. There's actually quite a few wonton places around here. Alright. They've fully disengaged from the looks of things. That troll's not going to be able to do much. I'm just going to let them retreat until they're across the edge. Unless the trolls overtake them again, which they shouldn't. Also, I can close this. Sweet, they are successfully backing up. Yes! I love it when people make statements like Loki's silly statement without like any basis or knowledge of what this like room actually is. There we go. I made it out. Perfect. Meaning we can pull this lever too. Right, so now we're going to wait until they make it halfway up this. Anybody coming to pull those levers anytime this year? There's one. DF is hard to decipher? Well, I mean, you're asking, do you not believe in lava chambers? Literally a lava chamber. I just think that that's kind of funny. All right. We can now finish off the rest of those trolls, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. I just had to kite them back a bit. We've pulled the first lever. The thing is I think that, like, impenetrable lava chambers are kind of boring, but making it small enough so that some of them make it through so the dwarves get to fight a bit is much more fun. Especially in the current game where, like, stress is kind of a non-concern. So another one of them just tripped into lava. Also, there's literally, like, lava everywhere. Well, goodbye, Catan. Nice knowing you there, Dwarf. Should kind of be a giveaway. Let's get them burning. Lava doesn't leave loot? What are you talking about? It leaves the important loot, steel and silver. It's the only loot that matters. Why do you need fucking cloth? Like, you literally don't need any other loot. It's like it leaves adamantine, steel, and iron. And those are the only, like, loot that's actually really worth keeping. Can something be considered Neo if it hasn't existed since the 1800s? I don't think it can be considered Neo unless it was the, like, main character in the Matrix. Although I don't know what you're referencing, Stone, so care to elaborate? You know, can I just say that my least favorite trend in politics recently is the co-opting of, like, the Matrix analogy for literally fucking everything. It's so annoying. It's like, man, I really like The Matrix. It's a really good movie. But all of these annoying-ass political commentators are making me really hate The Matrix, and it sucks, man. I'm not the only person. Like, even the Wachowskis hate it, too. It's like, fucking stop that. Anyway. Sorry, side tangent. That's why you don't watch politics? Yes. Jeez. Or news. See, that's stupid. You should pay attention to some politics. So you can have an effect, but... Also, there's a lot of them that are, like, in my Twitter sphere because they work in the same industry as me. There's a lot of Twitch streamers and YouTubers that do that. So I know some of them. So just by result, I see things that they retweet sometimes. It's like, you fucks! Anyway, unrelated, but Yes, I do believe in lava chambers. I definitely do. It's not general stream politics that do that, though. But whatever. Besides the point. I would say this has been pretty effective so far. Plenty of trolls burning. Speaking of politics, fuck, that's not politics, that's just common sense. Especially the attractive ones. I mean, come on, have you seen Lightning McQueen in his Rusty's paint job? You found a new clicker and you're enjoying? Kiwi clicker. So are you clicking at kiwi? As in like the fruit? Are we talking the bird? Or are you talking about like just generally New Zealand? What kind of kiwi? Just trying to narrow down my mental image of kiwi clicker a tad. The bird? Okay. Also, I guess kind of counts as New Zealand. Which produces the fruit. That's not how kiwis work. Just want to throw that out there. I'm pretty sure that is not, in fact, how kiwis work. Juiced up. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. They're all emojis. Or they're not. But they have that art style where they look like emojis. Sure. Yeah, that looks like a clicker. What, that kiwi clicker was a trap? What do you mean? I mean, this lava is certainly a trap, if that's what you're referring to. I mean, that's kind of hobo. Except, actually, I don't think hobo plays too many clicker games simultaneously. I think it's like one on PC and one on phone, if I'm not mistaken. The juiced up part was a little suspicious. I don't know. Clickers are generally pretty wholesome. Dear God, what is happening? We're turning a lot of goblins and beak dogs into popcorn chicken. Using lava. It's just, you know, the usual defenses. All of the ones that are flickering are currently burning. Not that many goblins are burning right now. It's mostly some beak dogs and trolls. Bunch of goblins about to start burning, though. Need the lava to flow a little further. You'll love to see it? Yes, this is true. I mean, they're goblins, so you certainly don't hate to see it. I mean, anything that calls itself a roguelike that isn't a roguelike is by default offensive to me, at the very least. So I appreciate you being offended for me. Although, actually, if you want to see some Schadenfreude, Orange, you should go into the comments section of that video where I read that article on Polygon and talked about how every single one of those games isn't a roguelike. Epion was in the comments of a lot of them. Just like, wait, so by that logic, is Minesweeper a roguelike? Wait, hold on a second. Is Tetris a roguelike then? Wait, hold on a second. Is Fortnite a roguelike? Just like fucking with people who are like, nah, it can be applied to anything. And it's very amusing to me. Just because, like, it's like, man, you don't know who you're arguing with. It's just funny. It's like arguing with Tarn Adams about how to program procedurally generated worlds. Can we call a rogue a roguelike? No, it's just rogue. Although I have a question. If a hot dog is cold, is it still a hot dog? Or is it a cold dog? This is something that I was wondering about last night while I was trying to sleep. This is why I can't sleep. And let's pull that. That's a wiener? Not true. I generally think it's more of a loser, but... Goblins are all kind of leaving now. Siege is still going on somehow. Still a surprisingly large number of goblins left, though. Where the hell are they? Also, hold the fucking phone. They sent... Hold on. I think my camera's covering it. They sent a criminal, a poet, a dancer, and a bard as invaders. Also, are they leaving? I think they're leaving. Yeah, they're leaving. That's how you can tell that they're running out of soldiers back home. It's just like real life. When they just start sending in Steve, you know, it's bad time. All right. Good luck there, Gubbins. What is happening? We are turning goblins into charcoal. Do they have plot armor? Nope, but they are certainly comedic relief. Goblin D&D party? Oh, what, the bard, the criminal, and the... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, they're the party of adventurers that just showed up. They're the drummer boys, yeah. All right, well, the siege is over. We won. I lost 2 dwarves in the process, which kind of blows, but, you know, it's only 2. Could have been worse. No, that's the criminal's the murder hobo. Get too far down the DF wiki rabbit hole and your fortresses get out of control and you restart a new world. This is my... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th fort in this world. I sent a bard, a criminal, and a poet. They're really ready to get me? Yeah, no, totally. It's also probably going to make for a pretty good sitcom. It's bigger than Earth? No, it's not. It's only a large world, which actually I think is... Don't quote me on this. I think it's approximately the size of the moon. Approximately like the square mileage of the moon. Not that big. Yeah, I've also done some adventures in this world. Although I've been in this fort for a while because it's gotten a bit out of hand. One small step for Dwarf. Yep. One small pick for Dwarf. Roof. But I don't know. This isn't my craziest fort. My craziest fort's Long Death. But that's just because this fort, you know, I've been playing this one for maybe about 12, 13 years now in game. Long Death is currently on, are you gonna just like fall into that lava? Are you just trying to like end yourself? What are you doing, Goblin? It's not very, there you go, okay. No one lost the will to live apparently. But my most impressive fort is Long Death because it is getting like 414 years old now. Maybe might be 15 years old actually. 415. We're trying to hit year 1000. It's gonna take me another couple of years. Let's just burn up the side stuff. Let's just forbid up to there. Millionaire, thanks for the raid. Cheers, you're on late. Hope you had a good stream. Check, can I get a round of beers for Billionaire? I didn't just torch a dwarf, did I? I don't think I did. Elamino, the queen, has been possessed. All right, Queenie. This is an important artifact. Can't fuck this one up. Is there any ads still on the map? There is. What do you... Actually, hold on. I got demands. 3 maces and 1 grate. Iron mace 3. Grate 1. Saw a drawing of Gordon Ramsay as an anime waifu, and now you crave the sweet embrace of death. I don't know why this is where I draw the line, but apparently this is. You have, like, a weak will to live. And I say this as somebody with a really weak will to live. I generally lost the will to live, like, years ago in the depths of 4chan, so. All right, what you going for here, Dwarf? Please be adamantine. Nope. Malachite. Sometimes you gotta zone out for a bit. Infinity. I don't know. For me, honestly, like anything on /r combat footage is worse than that. But will to live? Who's Will? Where do they live? Never met him. All right, where did my queen go? There he is. The queen being in a strange mood is an important time indeed. Watch them make like the least interesting artifacts. Like you made a coal ring. What's even better is we have like adamantine just like lying around. So they could totally just like use some adamantine wafers in it, but. Ah, yes, you mean Will Wheaton. Yeah. That is such a sentence. I don't know if I should bop that, ignore it, or pretend I didn't read it. I mean, well, I mean, this isn't coal, this is malachite, but... Spit made of goblinite? Oh, that'd be great. Although I don't think they can make a cooking spit. I guess they can make a scepter. You could use that as a cooking spit. Close enough. Queen's artifact? Absolutely. Following the queen slowly. of. Still one invader on the map. It's an angry... That's inconvenient. Just gonna deconstruct this and, like, tell my dwarves to stand here. I don't think there is apples on this map, so it would be very strange if she had applewood. It would be better if she made apple bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. That would be much better, frankly. Be much more keen for that, frankly. So this troll's just kind of stuck up here, which is kind of sad. Once we're done dispatching that troll, we will follow the queen for her artifact. She's still running around, which means she's gonna... Oh, there's a troll. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's... Oh, right. Guess they can't reach that. It's fine. Let's follow the queen. A lot of pigtail masterpieces? Yep. Because I'm making a lot of clothing out of pigtail. Although we're pretty much done making all of it. I've just got a lot of shoes and hoods to make. It's no longer the troll soul. Yeah, we've taken the soul of the troll, one could say. Also, while you were snoozing, Stone, I sent you a DM on Discord. With a offer, potentially. If you're interested. Only if you want it. Cole is throwing another tantrum. Oh, he's probably in prison again. Why he's... Oh, nope, not in prison. Are you trying to punch my mayor again? Seems like you are. That's a hard sentence to read. Because a troll could... Like, a river troll could theoretically have a soul if it was a soul that happened to have a river troll in it. But not to be confused with a troll. Also, screw the English language. Alright, well, seems like that's kind of done. We'll go back to following you. Carrying your malachite. Your piles and piles of malachite. That's a mouthful indeed, yes. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. This queen needs to do some weight training, I think. Yeah, we happen to have a particularly punchable mayor, too. There is actually, like, an AI reason why that's a honorable tradition. It's because dwarves that are upset want to complain at somebody in charge, but when they're tantruming, they just want to fight with whoever's nearby. However, they still operate with their normal AI routines, so they would go to where they would go regardless of if they were tantruming or not, but if they happen to encounter the dwarves while they're tantruming, they'll just try and punch people and break shit as they walk past it. So dwarves that are upset are naturally inclined to go to the mayor's office because they want to complain to somebody in charge. So if a dwarf is tantruming and they're a dwarf that wants to yell at somebody in charge, they are most likely to accidentally end up beating up the mayor. Which is kind of funny, actually. Which is why, like, my mayor's almost always, like, just, like, constantly getting beaten up in forts that have lots of annoyed dwarves. Is because they just want to complain at the dwarf in charge. They want to go... All dwarves are secretly Karens that want to speak to a manager. It's kind of sad, but it's also kind of hilarious. Well, yeah, which is why you should give your mayor some weight training. Exactly. Every mayor should have a pump in their office to pump on occasionally so that they can, you know, be ripped and handle that beating. Meanwhile, on the flip side, the captain of the guard, if they're too strong, then you definitely won't have any upset dwarves because their skulls will be impacted through their forehead. It's basically a punishment now. I don't know. Being mayor is kind of neat. They get much nicer bedrooms than everybody else, but like there's actually like this common thread that I see pretty frequently, especially on the Dwarf Fortress subreddit and sometimes on the forums, where people are like, they need a therapist job where one dwarf just like takes care of the dwarves that are mad. And it's like, sure, but that exists. It's called the mayor. And then they're like, oh, I keep killing my mayors. It's like, well, I found your problem. One time you tried to build a mist generator powered by water pressure and ended up flooding your fortress. You fully knew it wouldn't work, but you were too lazy to deal with setting up the water pumps and instant barricades. Well, I mean, I've flooded my fortress once with one of those, never a second time. Quite proud of that, to be honest. All right, so now you're showing that you need something else. What do you need? Bones. Still nothing to chop up. Okay, well, we're in mid-autumn. For some reason, I've had a hell of a fucking time consistently having bones in this fort. I've also had a hell of a fucking time actually getting dwarves to hunt things, even though there's almost always some sort of animal on the map. It's like there's turkeys, like, everywhere. But they don't hunt. I'm starting to think that it might be because of how big the map is. Or the fact that this turkey's in a tree. One of the two. That's probably something to do with the fact that the turkey's in a fucking tree. That wouldn't have any bones anyway. You're gonna do your first mega project having it be a big automated minecart hauling system? I've never done one of those. I've only ever done minimal minecart hauling systems because I find minecarts to be a pain in the dick, but good luck. Well, I need bones. I'm going to take this weaver. I'm going to remove every single job from you and see if I can just get one person to hunt. I know I have all this stuff to hunt, but for some reason, nobody seems interested in doing it. I mean, you can literally make semi-functioning computers out of them. So yeah, they are extremely interesting. But like, it's the one part of the current UI where I'm like, nah, that's too tedious. Like, I can't wait for premium just because that's like the thing that I want to use a mouse for. But like, you can also make full-on cannons out of minecarts. Like, it's kind of bonkers what you can actually do. You're gonna go drink. Okay. We have a leather quiver. No bolts in it. All right, so let's make iron bolt. 100. Let's make a fuckload of bolts. Then they won't have any excuse anymore. Started laying out forts on graphing paper that can integrate minecarts to ferry stuff. You're convinced that if you build around the cart, you can do something awesome. You just haven't cracked the code. You know, I've never gotten to the point with any video game where I've drawn stuff out on graphing paper. Gotta be honest with you. Anyway, chat room. I don't do this very often, so can I just say, everybody, can I get a round of beers for Stone acquiring a sword? We have a new mod in our midst. It's just none of the mods that I have currently are able to be around in the mornings. I modded Cutest, but ever since, like, World's Gone Haywire, they haven't been around as much for obvious reasons. Connecting to Twitch is difficult now. All the stones are mods now? Yeah. We're all stones now in the mod show. You're armed now. Yeah. Only as a greeter. Pretty much, yeah. You're like the chat room usher. Except not the rapper usher. Okay, there's wombats. Go hunt wombats. Jeez. Back in middle schooling, it took a gigantic break between then and now, and you found a rolled up sheet of paper stuffed in your closet with plans for a water hauling system, something that you would use water pressure to push around items, etc. You're pretty sure it wouldn't actually work in hindsight, but at the time you thought it was the coolest idea ever. It depends on actually, okay, so hold that thought for a second. It depends on how much water is flowing, because water does push items, but I don't think it would be particularly efficient. I once built a tower that the whole purpose of it was I would drop metal balls into it. Oh, also investments are open, by the way. I would drop metal balls into it and then open the bottom of it, and it would shoot the metal balls out at high pace. So if the water didn't kill them, they died to the like flying metal spiky balls flying at them. Powered by water pressure. You could do it. It would be incredibly inefficient, but you could do it. This is, although the one like poor decision here, having stoned and stone as mods in this channel, is people are going to get even more confused about who I'm talking about. I can't even be like, oh, it's the mod. They're both mods. Mods on the rocks. I mean, we do have a rocks emote. This is true. Hobo's just the intoxicated one in the cardboard box. Well, dear Hunter, please just do the job of hunting. Yeah, I do not know why these dwarves are incapable of hunting for some reason, and it's rather bothersome. Life would be so much easier if they just go hunt for me. Like, I almost wonder. Let's just beat up this wombat. Quick. See if I can get them to butcher it. I doubt it, but my queen is in a strange mood. I do have that horse right there, but unfortunately, that horse isn't something that we can butcher because it's named. We're in winter, which means we're not going to get anything else until spring, which means if we don't hunt something, queen's dead. Although the other option is this. Maybe we can get some bones from the basement. Which is down here. I mean, there's actually tons of bones down here. The question is... is anything here actually good enough? Oh, hey, we got a return kill happening. Literally right now. I'm not sure where what return kill you're doing, but you actually have a return kill order. Maybe it's on that wombat. And before it's on that wombat. Because that's kind of nuts if so. I'm very sorry, Zakos, for the poor investment. Does it say seashore? Also just say the full names. Stoned Hobo, or Stone aka Seashore's Wall. But no old Bobby ever uses that one. It's because Seashore's Wall is kind of like almost hard to say. All right, let's see. Are you going to butcher that? I'm assuming so? Yes. And then you go out to hunt. All right, so is that what the queen needs? Oh, never mind. She already just went out into the caverns and got what she needed. Sweet! Cave bear, rear leg bone. Sweet. Is that anything like the potion seller? Because I'm going into battle and I require your finest potions. Still to this day, one of my favorite videos on the internet of all time. It's like top 5 favorite videos ever. Such a time and place thing, but man, it was perfect. It's like up there with 55. It's like the one good thing about the pandemic is that dude lost his job for a bit and started uploading for the first time in like 5 years, which is kind of great. As long as nobody calls you seahorse. To be fair, seashores and seahorse looks almost the same when chat is moving quickly. Like, I've had to stop myself from calling you seahorse a couple times. Wait, really? Wally's an insult? I know somebody named Wally. What? Or used to know somebody named Wally, not recently. All right, well. We're chucking out a lot of crud. And apparently somehow we managed to get in caged prisoner, so. Iron cage. Let's make 100 iron cages. I could just get so much iron. You don't believe in Britain? I don't believe in floof. It's like calling someone silly. Sounds like a slang term of an insult, you know? Like it just ends up being so far away from the actual original word that it's like the slang term of version of an insult. Is it worse than being called wanker? To be fair, I've seen wanker used as a term of endearment. Silly as a compliment? Wait, how's silly a compliment? Well, I mean, if you did something funny and you say that you're being silly, that could be used as a compliment, but it could also be, stop being so silly. Like, it could be used as like a, calm down. Silly or inept person is orange is apparently, huh. That's kind of interesting. Hold on a second, what? Spinning peachwood log strikes the turkey hen in the upper body and there is no force. The tavern creeper screams, I must withdraw. Oh, so do you remember there was that turkey in a tree? And I told the dwarves to go cut down the tree to get the turkey? The tavern keeper cut down the tree and almost got hit with a, or rather, a spinning log from the tree, hit the turkey in the lower body, didn't hurt the turkey, and scared the shit out of the tavern keeper, and he screamed, I must withdraw, and ran away. That's funny. Would that make Stoned a land horse? I don't think Stoned is a horse. I think he's just a hobo. Which means we should all donate our cardboard boxes so that he can expand his house. It's a very old chat meme. Like there was a joke in this chat ages ago, which is, wait, are you actually a hobo? Followed by, yes, can't you see my cardboard box? And stuff like that. For a while there was running jokes in this chat about how hobo was actually homeless. Which, of course, isn't true, but... Do-do-do, do-do-do-do. This is such a topsy-turvy comment I just got. 17 minutes ago, this person commented on the video from this morning. While I can't say I have a lot of nostalgia for Dwarf Fortress, these songs hardly move me. Awesome. I can't wait to play with them. That started off sounding so negative, followed by positive. I don't understand. And someone else says that Zack and Tarn look like wizards. I think that Tarn is just prepping his Doc Brown cosplay for PAX, frankly. That's bewildering. Yep. Elamino, the queen, has created Toral Renal, a malachite crown, and claims it in the name of the family ancestor Kobach, Vaulted Thrower, Phase Bronze, another one of my dwarves. Well, that's kind of rad. She just made her own crown. I don't think she can wear it. It's worth virtually nothing. It's called the Law of Ivy. I guess we must obey the Law of Ivy now. That's a very Australian thing to say, Lord Floof. This is a malachite crown. All craftsdwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is studded with brass and encircled with bands of tapered, baguette-cut moss opals, blind cave bear bone, and alpaca wool. This object is adorned with hanging rings of turkey leather and menaces with spikes of malachite and pigtail. On the item is an image of the Noble Modesty, an adamantine chain in malachite. On the item is an image of the Noble Modesty, an adamantine chain in fine pewter. Because they're loud, annoying, dumb creatures? Generally is the reasoning for people hating koalas. They're not super smart. They're very loud. They're kind of mean. Sort of like me getting annoyed at beavers. Although beavers are extremely smart. I just get annoyed at beavers because every now and again in the house that I grew up in, they would shut my power off for a week. They would just like chew through the wrong power cable, the wrong like telephone pole, and then suddenly bang, no power. And it's like, where'd the power go? It's like, oh, a car probably hit a telephone pole. Nope, beavers ate it. It's like the one piece of good news out of the pandemic year in 2020 was there was a small Canadian town that had no internet for 5 days because a beaver chewed through a cable. It's like, meanwhile, in Canada, everybody in the world is freaking out about the global pandemic. Meanwhile, in Canada, beaver chews through cable. The forgotten beast Loloth has come. An enormous three-eyed moose, speaking of Canada. It has 3 narrow tails and it undulates rhythmically. Its hair is unkempt. Beware its fire. That's actually kind of terrifying. And it flies, apparently. It also likes water. Well, it's on a level that I don't need to worry about, so. They only know what a leaf is while it's on the tree they were born on. Yeah, I know like nothing about koalas. Aside from that, they are a critter that we should protect because we gotta protect animals. But I am quite aware that they're allegedly quite stupid. I like how Orange is popping up with the not all koalas argument. Something about 2 thumbs, if one breaks, they think both are broken? Wait, really? I mean, if you broke a finger on your hand, you'd bitch about it pretty loudly, I think. Also, as somebody who broke his pinky finger once, I literally couldn't use that hand for like 3 weeks. So, I'm not defending koalas, I'm just saying. If you ever break a finger, it hurts. It's weird that koalas still exist. I'm surprised they didn't eat them all, like when people were settling. Similar to the dodo. They must not taste good enough, clearly. I don't know. I don't really have any opinion on koalas, Orange, because I've never seen one in real life. We don't even have them in zoos around here. I will say this, though. It's kind of, how do I word this? Hilarious to me, because it's very clear when Australians wake up, because suddenly my entire chat is talking about koalas. Like, just out of fucking nowhere, the entire chat is talking about koalas, which clearly means it's time for Australians to tune into the stream. Morning, guys. Or afternoon, I guess. Also, Arch is in my chat. You're not even Australian? Well, I do know for a fact there are a couple of Australians that have started lurking in the stream in the last 2 hours, so it is actually that time. So do humans sometimes, Oren. Just like Twitch chat. That is, in fact, a nickname for koalas, drop bears, yeah. I've never fully understood the hatred for koalas, though. It's like, Lord Floof, you must just have, like, some anger in your life where, like, you just have to be angry that koalas exist. Like, you don't live in Australia. You don't live near them. Yet here you are just talking about how much you hate koalas. Is there something better you could channel that energy towards? Like, charity, maybe? Or, like, be angry about, like, various drug epidemics? Or, like, pay inequality? Like, things that actually matter, that could help people, that could make the world a better place, instead of just like, man, koalas are stupid. Maybe not Russia, maybe Putin specifically. I don't know, there's one Russian watching this stream that I know for a fact right now, so I'm not going to go after all of Russia. Putin, for sure. Most of their people in charge. The propaganda. You know, it's funny. Maybe not funny, but a fact about me. When I was younger, I used to be angry at a lot of things too, Lord Floof. Now as, like, a late 20s adult, I'm just depressed about things. It's like I don't have the energy anymore to be angry at shit, so now I'm just depressed. It's like I went from, like, emo music when I was 12 to punk rock when I was in my teens to metal back to emo. Koala anger is more fun than political anger? Is taking more candy from a child more fun than robbing a bank? Because to me, that's like, koalas are just low-hanging fruit. Why'd you have to fucking... did nothing. It's like low-hanging fruit. It's like going after, like, the weak child that can't fight back. Is the child annoying? I never specified that. One is a challenge. The other one's just... Someone won't get killed robbing a bank? Wait. I think you may have gotten that backwards, Orange. You certainly won't get killed taking candy from a child. Is exaggerated for humor? The thing is, it's really hard to tell exaggerated for humor's sake when you're, like, using such strong words in a Twitch chat, you know? And also, it does, like, exacerbate other people to just be like, oh, this person's hating on a thing. I'm going to start being aggressive and hating on things. Aggressive hatred breeds aggressive hatred, regardless of whether or not it's a joke. So if you have aggressive hatred for something, it's naturally going to turn into aggressive hatred for other things. Or other people are going to use that as an opportunity to point aggressive hatred at other things, which is a very unproductive, shitty way to approach any problem. Like, I think koalas are silly. I think it's kind of amusing. But kind of for the same reason that I think, like, Kias are silly. You know, those are parrots in real life that will rip apart your car. Which is very funny. No, you shouldn't, because that's straight up just mocking handicapped people. So, like, I don't genuinely think that aggressive hatred towards anything is a good thing in any situation. Infectious mindset, sure. It's like if you start yawning, other people start yawning. Except you're just, you know, hating on things. Turns out I just didn't have enough bolts in the fort. Weird. Turns out. Has a category for aggression. Yep. I don't like automod because I don't think it actually benefits anybody. I literally, for me, like, automod just mutes people and then they leave and it annoys them. And it doesn't actually improve anything. Whereas I think a discussion like this maybe actually will improve conversations for the future. I personally don't like automod because, like, I think people should be allowed to just speak their mind, but I also want to fucking call you out on it if you say something stupid. Some people can't handle that, though. You tend towards 500 shots per range dwarf? I mean, I only had like 2 hunters in the fort, but I had like 500 bolts or so. But apparently it wasn't enough. That or they're not organized. That or they're in areas where the dwarves really can't reach them because hunting just kind of stopped for a bit. But I just queued up a bunch of bolts, so we seem to be fine now. Well, it depends on if you can tolerate bullshit or not, right? If you can't tolerate bullshit, yeah, turn on automod. It's fine. Like, literally, the only thing I actually want my mods in my chat to do is to just stir up conversations. Like, that's literally the only thing I need them to do. The only time I really ban people from the chat is if there's extreme political disagreements. Or if somebody tries to inform me of something that I'm more informed on than them. Leather gloves. Let's do silk glove. 200. I know for a fact I need them, and we have a lot of silk all of a sudden. So, let's check. How are we doing on cloth real quick? Pretty low on pigtail cloth. Plenty of spider silk cloth. Yeah, well, see, Orange, I know you well enough that I know that I can just call you an idiot, and you'll shut up. Hold on a second, what? You have similar frustrations for seahorses, but seahorses sucking are only a meme in marine biology circles. Are you a marine biologist? Or are you just like a marine biology nerd? That's such an oddly specific fact. No shit. I mean, land that's taken in ways that's not legal should generally be returned. Just like Canada gave, like, huge chunks of the states back after the War of 1812. Even though we weren't technically Canada yet, but I digress. Oh, so, okay, so you're practically a professional marine biologist then. That's a terrible idea for a lot of reasons, Orange. Good night, audio. Sleep well. Take care, man. A lot of people would die if that happened, Orange. I love how it's just like the only way to really get banned here is by having extreme political disagreements and everybody's throwing out their political opinions. It's like everybody's testing me. Good thing we all seem to agree so far, though, generally. The problem is having, I don't have the right, vocabulary to properly describe my opinions on the matter of whether or not Russia should be broken into smaller states. But let's just put it this way. A lot of those smaller states would use that as an invitation to go murk each other. Also, a lot of those semi-autonomous regions are run by corrupt, insane people. So instead of having one Putin, you'd have 45 Kim Jong-uns. What, Crimea River? Yeah, pretty much. So, all of you are valid and important? I don't know about that. You'll cook up one about Saudis? Get that banhammer ready? I mean, Neum is just or Neom or whatever the fuck they're calling it, is just a reason to, an excuse to displace and destroy local ecosystems in the name of technology and progress. Socialism is the only way to save the U.S. Like, not the U.S. dollar, just the U.S. Like, have you heard about this thing called socialized healthcare? It's pretty fucking great. I'd be bankrupt without it. This is also true, Fight Attack, yeah. You know, to be completely fair, I know nothing about that stupid golf tour, and I learned about it, like, maybe 2 weeks ago, and just kind of fell into that rabbit hole very briefly, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care, actually. I'm gonna go pay attention to things that I actually care about, and golf isn't one of them. I don't feel like learning about golf to argue against a golf tour. That just kind of seems like a waste of my own energy. I mean, you literally, like, are the source of why people don't like socialism. Not to, like, paint a target on your forehead or anything, Brock, but... You're sucking at being controversial? Just get, like, a lollipop, and then you'll get better at it. No one really lives in, and they have a large native population of non-Russian European folks. The problem is all of those regions that suddenly have, like, nobody living in them, those neighboring provinces that do, or states, or whatever you want to call them, semi-autonomous areas, would suddenly be like, we can go get all that land. It would just cause massive infighting and wars. How much of the U.S. is actually capitalist? What's ironic is, like, China is capitalist. Like, what's ironic is, like, I look at America and I'm like, I don't even know how much of this is capitalist. And then I look at China and I'm like, damn! You guys beating America at their own game. Chat room, we actually have a break in the action in this fortress right now. And I'm just kind of watching the dwarves put shit away. I think we're going to pick this fortress up again tomorrow. And play some Jupiter Hell in the meantime. How does that sound to you guys? That sound good to you? I'm kind of feeling like doing some haste runs on hard. Not quite on ultraviolence, just on hard. Some nice short runs, you know? Power through, maybe beat the game a couple times, ideally. How's that sound, chat? No, because people have the memory of a nematode. I don't know how much... a nematode might remember things very well. I'm just assuming they have small brain. "10 hours into the stream, we're firing up some Jupus. Let's go." How's that sound, lads? Goldfish have really good memory? Do they? Huh. Interesting. The ghost of Reagan will haunt the stream? Haunt these nuts. That's all I have to say. Game's still saving. Like, With a 12-inch cactus? Get a bigger cactus. Come on. Sounds good enough. You're on your way to wind down to bed. Alrighty. These nuts was almost on the back. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. He also randomly showed up in a fucking Channel 5 video. Because they literally ran into him. On accident. Allegedly. Alright, let's play some Jupus, shall we? Bum. If you could reach back into history, it might be the Dooley's brothers. Fun fact, did you know that my podcast, the Halcyon Frequency podcast, is the #1 most popular gaming podcast in the Honduras?
You idiots are gonna pay for shooting up my...
If you didn't know that, you do now. I don't need to watch this intro. I just really like it. The hell, it's true. I think like 4 people listen to it. One of the people who's on the podcast must have some viewer from Honduras, or a small handful of viewers from Honduras. That or someone has their VPN set to Honduras.